NewGenGamers.com.
Adventures of Lolo is pretty obscure. This one, most people that have played the Nintendo know of.
Now, quick quiz. Can you name which was the first game that Kirby appeared in?
The Game Boy version.
Yes, true.
Yes. Kirby was, and well, that's actually really worth noting because Kirby was almost created and pushed as a character for the Game Boy when it was just starting out, and they didn't have a whole lot of great original properties. Kirby was one of their early big ideas and big hits, and it did so well on the handheld that they said, well, let's make a home version. So that's where this one spawned from.
And this was just a huge expansion of Kirby's Dream World.
So I got the trivia question. Viewers at home, did you know?
I knew. Oh. Hey, I get into this quick shot one.
And this is what made this game great. You know, it broke up the monotony of the platform levels. Give you a little bonus. There you go. You got a couple extra lives.
Woohoo! I got King Dedede.
And here you also get a little bit of variety in choosing which levels you do.
Now this is the crane
This
game.
is fun.
There.
And you know, there's a really great, at this point almost forgotten, Kirby game for the Game Boy, which I'll now quiz you on, which well, I don't know how to phrase it, so I'll just say it. The pinball one.
Oh, the Tilt and Tumble.
Yeah, no, not Tilt and Tumble. There's another one. It was an old Game Boy game.
Wasn't Tilt and Tumble a Game Boy game? Or was it Color?
I believe it was Game Boy Color.
Okay.
But this one was I can't think of the name of it, but it was a Kirby pinball game and set the standard for the character pinball games that we'd see later, like Sonic Spinball, Pokemon Pinball, Mario Pinball. Any of the character-themed pinballs, I think, were probably based off of that original one.
Oh, I'll have to look into that one.
Definitely. I'll show it to you later.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Kirby pinball.
Yeah, so for you Nintendo and Kirby nuts out there, you gotta play that because it's really fun. Just like all the Kirby games are really fun. There was also a Kirby game for the Japanese Satellaview internet service, which never came to America, with some different mini games. There was like a baseball one and some different things. And again, it was only available, or no, actually I believe it eventually did come out in America as what was the one with the different mini games?
The Kirby one?
Yeah. There's been a lot of Kirby games, and they really extended the character to a lot of different types of games.
Oh, I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
But
it's for the Super Nintendo.
I was gonna say something different though. Sarah just recently got me a Kirby cartoon series DVD.
And Kirby also broke into the world of animated film. He's that prolific, folks.
It actually was a pretty funny little series.
I've never seen the cartoon.
It's called Kirby Right Back at Ya.
I'm probably not going to check it out, but that's interesting to know. So, Kirby's become a key character for Nintendo. They've thrown him in so many game designs.
Crap.
And this, in the Game Boy one's really where it started.
Yeah. So check out Kirby's Adventure and any of the other Kirby games. They have a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I really don't know that there's a bad Kirby game, actually, so...
No, Kirby games are always really solid.
Anything from HAL is solid. I haven't seen a bad HAL game yet, I don't think.
No, I don't think they exist.
So,
all right, we're gonna move on to something a little more hardcore.
what? Pink puffballs aren't hardcore?
Well, that depends on your definition of hardcore.
One more addendum with Kirby's Adventure is it had a really great marketing campaign for it, where they would sit down people in a police station and they would describe this terror that they saw that would suck everything up and all this, and so the character artist is drawing what they were talking about, and it ended up being Kirby.
Yeah.
So see if you can find that commercial for that one, Ray.
Okay.
We've put Ray to the task.
Now this is an interesting point here. Is we have one of the first video game cutscenes.
Dun dun! This is intense. So here we see another game designer who brings a little bit of flash and flair to the scene, Mr. Tomonobu Itagaki. And this was his first big project. He was involved with Tecmo Bowl, but this was his first as lead designer. And he would go on to have a prolific career with the Dead or Alive series and with this series, and would become head of Tecmo's main team, Team Ninja.
And he resurrected this series from being dead for about a decade.
He sure did, and has now made it, in his mind, because he's very egotistical, the premier fighting game, or not fighting game, but premier action game, and he will fight tooth and nail to demand that his games are best. Like, he calls out other game developers, like the guy that developed Devil May Cry, and that guy doesn't hold any animosity. He's just like, hey, we both have great games. Oh, but not Itagaki. Itagaki demands that his games are best and that everyone else sucks. And
that makes sense coming from the guy that designed this game.
Itagaki is an interesting character. He really is into American culture and American rock and roll culture. So he always shows up in leather jackets and has sunglasses on. No matter where you see this guy, no matter what event, no matter how dimly lit the room is, he wears sunglasses. He's got long hair.
At night.
He's total punk rock. He's got to the point that he has Steven Tyler or Mick Jagger lips. Literally, the guy's a rock star in video gaming, and so he brings a lot of flash and flair to the table. When you if you ever watch him speak, he like grabs the mic like a singer would. Like, he's speaking into it. He's dominating, and really an interesting character, and one of the interesting game designers that cropped up in the mid '80s during this time.
Oh, why am I wasting my time on that?
So he's become pretty much, the head designer at Tecmo, which Team Ninja existed. Damn, Ninja. You rocked that. So Itagaki worked on the original Tecmo Bowl, then became head of Team Ninja, and released this and the other Tecmo Bowls, and so he's become prolific in the industry. And here's part of the reason why. As Ray said, one of the earliest games to have cutscenes of this magnitude. It wasn't just a little text bubble with your character's head. This is showing
actual kind of cinemas,
some action, almost to the, like an anime or like a film, with some emotion and character. So,
and they even have it broken up into acts.
So a lot of things that we hadn't seen in video games that were finally capable to be done on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And of course, this is no cutscene like we would see on the PlayStation 10 years later, but this set the roots for what we would see in cinematics.
Who's Kirby? Behind the flabby facade, a physical powerhouse, a street fighter, a weapons expert. He's whatever the situation demands. In Kirby's Adventure, evil King Dedede's stolen Dreamland's dreams. Now Kirby's fighting to get them back, level by nightmarish level. That's Kirby. He's cute. Till you cross him, then he's one tough cream puff. Kirby's Adventure, new on NES.
NewGenGamers.com